Przyglądajmy się, co się tu stało. Kamień z
Covered in
krwi.
blood, used as a weapon, maybe.
No, to nieciekawie. Siemanko, witam was na moim kanale Kingdom Deliverance 2. To jadymy. Zerknijmy sobie. Zła krew. Szukaj dom Romana. F. Chyba tędy. Odkryłeś wędzarnia. Dobra, piesek pije. O, za daleko my polecieli.
You have a kind master, eh, mutt?
Dobra, kupimy pieskowi coś.
What do you have for sale?
Co by mu tu kupić? Tak. I może to.
I hope you'll be satisfied, my friend.
Okej, na razie. Chodź na tu, piesku.
Here, mutt.
No, masz, pojedź się. Dobra, tu mamy stawik.
You shouldn't be walking around by yourself. Awful things happen here.
Drwalduszko, dobra. jest to? Tędy. Okej. Jesteś na terenie prywatnym. No, od razu lepiej. Dobra, może zamknę tutaj drzwi, żeby nie było jakiegoś przypału.
Nobody home. But maybe Pavlena was here. It's set for 2. Freshly eaten. And there are the baskets Pavlena came here to sell. They were here for sure. Maybe they just went for a stroll. Dushko might know about their favorite spots.
Dobra. Się można kimnąć. Zamknij. Dobra. To już nam jest niepotrzebne. Dobra, to ten jego kolega jest tu.
I searched Roman's house.
And what did you find?
Well, there's no one there, but Pavlena had been there for sure. The table was set for 2, and I found the baskets that she sells too.
You're right. It sure does look like she was there.
It can't have been long ago either. The food was still fresh. Any idea where they might have gone?
Well, they've got a favorite spot down by the stream. You could try looking there.
Where exactly?
There's a ditch leading from Roman's house to the stream. Follow it down the hill. When you come to a place where the stream flows between the 2 big boulders, turn left and go straight. There it is, under an old linden tree.
All right. Thank you.
But, mind you don't walk into the middle of anything, awkward. And tell that lazy bastard to get his ass to work. I'm not gonna do his work for him. See you later.
Okej. Znajdź polanę. Co, idziemy tędy? Rozumiem.
That's a good one.
Chyba dalej, prosto. 2 kamienie chyba, co? W lewo. Co, dobrze
This must be
idziemy?
the place Dushko was telling me about. How the local lads bring their girls
dobrze.
over here.
Dobrze.
Christ, there must have been a fight here.
Dobra, porozglądajmy się, co się tu stało. Kamień z
Covered in
krwi.
blood. Used as a weapon, maybe.
No, to nieciekawie.
Blood? I hope it's not Pavlena's. This is surely Pavlena's. A piece of her dress. This doesn't look good.
If I give it to Mutt to sniff, he might catch a scent.
Dobra, piesku chodzi na tu i no teraz jak to zrobić? Komendy?
Track.
Leć. Okej. Dobra. Tutaj. No dobrze. No, ciekawe co się to stało. Dobra. Kuźwa, to ktoś jest. Bandyta.
Stop, man. Your purse
Dobra, chcę tu wola na razie przeczekać.
is a robbery. But is anything not clear to you? No. Yes, I understand. Here. Now
Żeby
fuck
mi
off.
kuźwa psa nie zabili. Bandyta. Dwóch ich jest chyba. Poszli. Dobra, poszli. Trzech ich było. I co, piesku? Tu on do góry. Czy straciłeś trop, co? Jeszcze raz.
Search.
teraz. Do góry. Dobra. Tu też jest jakiś piesek. Sierściuch. Gnoj, co ty to robisz? No. Co to jest za drabina? Tu trzeba iść? Dobra, zobaczymy.
Stop there! Don't come any closer, or I'll cut her throat. I swear to God, don't try any tricks. Turn around and go right back where you came from. Who are you? Don't move, you horse son. Who the fuck are you?
My name is Henry. I'm from Skalitz.
And what the fuck do you want here, Henry of Scarlets? Who sent you?
Don't jump to conclusions. No one sent me.
Well, that's great. What the fuck am I to do now? As if I didn't have enough shit to deal with already. Kurva. I never wanted it to end like this. You gotta believe me. I just wanted to give Paulina a scare, but then that fool Roman got mixed up in it and... I never meant to kill anyone! Shit!
Take it easy.
Don't fucking tell me to take it easy! How did you get here? My dog Bristly was guarding the entrance. What did you do to him, you bastard? And where's my brother? He should have been here long ago. Talk, or I'll slit her throat.
Masakra.
Why are you doing this? Why pick on Paulina?
It's Yakash's doing. Bozhena killed his son. He was always on about paying her back for it. And he's got a huge fucking farm and 2 daughters to marry off. He'd never give them to ordinary farmhands, unless he owed them a debt.
So you did it to get into his good books?
It was the only way. I don't want to spend my whole life shoveling shit.
What are you talking about? Who did you kill?
That idiot Roman. He was trying to defend Paulina. But it was an accident!
Your brother's fine, but he can't come.
Why the fuck can't he? We were agreed.
He, well, the farmer needed his help with a goat.
Nice try, fucker.
No
But we
właśnie,
don't have a
chyba
goat on the farm.
nie przejdzie.
We butchered it in the spring. Just like I'll do with this bitch if you keep lying to me.
Don't worry, your dog is just fine. I gave him the slip.
You treacherous rat. You wanted to sneak up on me from behind, eh? Well, Bristly will be waiting for you.
I don't know what more I can tell you. It's time for you to make your mind up. You don't want to burn in hell, do you? Repent before God, and he'll forgive you. Let Pavlena go.
She knows everything. She'll tell on me and I'll be fucked!
You still have a way out. You let her go, and I'll persuade her to keep her mouth shut. I swear to you, she won't tell anyone anything. Isn't that right, Pavlena?
Mm-hmm.
Sakra. Oh, all right. I'll let her go. And I hope you two aren't lying to me. I can always find you again.
I'll give you my word.
Udało się.
And now set her free.
All right. Just take it easy.
You
I'm
swine!
letting her go.
Die!
Look!
Die! Die! That's for Roman! You bastard!
O kurde. No dobra, trzeba jakoś to ciało teraz schować, kurde. Kurde, Paulina, aleś narobiła teraz. Za mało miejsca. Dobra, musimy jakoś... jakieś tropy wciepnąć, albo co? Tu się zmieści? Okej. Dobra, jest schowany.
You killed him. But he let you go.
So what? He deserved nothing better.
No, you're right. He had it coming.
Yes, for what he did to Roman. I have to get out of here. Will you take me back home?
Sorry, but I want to clear something up before we go.
What's that?
Tell me something about Roman. What was he like?
He was a woodcutter in Troskovitz. We were... together. Sorry. I can't talk about it now.
How did you get here?
Me and Roman were going down to the stream. He went back to get something, and I went on ahead. Those two bastards jumped me by the stream. I don't know what they wanted to do to me, but Roman stepped in. Only one of them grabbed a rock and...
I know. You don't have to say any more.
When it was all over and Roman was lying on the ground, Otter tied me up and dragged me here. I tried to make a run for it, but that bastard set his dog on me.
Do you know why they wanted to hurt you?
Yakesh put them up to it. For a long time after they chased us out, I didn't dare go to Troskovitz. Ma always warned me not to. Only then, I met Roman. I should have known the people there hadn't forgotten about us. And that Yakesh still wanted revenge.
What exactly happened? How did Roman die?
He was trying to protect me. If he hadn't come along, I don't know what those beasts would have done to me. Only that big brute grabbed a rock and smashed Roman over the head with it. He fell straight to the ground. I could swear he was looking at me the whole time. Even though he was lifeless, like he was trying to tell me to run.
Are you alright? You're not hurt?
No, I'm fine. Just a few scratches. It's nothing.
That's all I need to know.
So, can we please go now?
We can go. I'll go with you.
Good. I don't want to spend another moment here.
Of course.
Let's go then.
No to idziemy.
Here we are. Pavlena's fine.
Pavlena, let me look. Are you all right?
I'm fine, Ma. They,
They abducted her.
God almighty. Who would do such a thing?
they were hired hands from Troskovitz.
And did they do anything to you?
No, they just tied me up. But they were Yakesh's hands. They would have killed me.
Yakesh. I might have known he wouldn't leave us in peace. Hasn't he hurt us enough already? Isn't it enough that we have to live here because of him?
Ma,
I knew it would come to this. Henry, I need one last service from you.
I'd be glad to help.
Yakesh is to blame for everything. For us being driven out, for Pavlena being abducted.
and for everything else.
Everything leads back to him and his old hatred. We'll never have peace as long as he's alive.
What are you trying to say?
I want you to kill him.
O, grubo.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's either him or us.
Może to...
Bożena, don't you know that that path leads nowhere good? They hurt Pavlena, yes, but you mustn't do anything. Murder is a sin.
No, Henry. Enough is enough. When Yakesh accused us of killing his son, I did nothing. When they drove us out of the village, I did nothing. When we had to forage in the woods to survive and spent the winter shivering over dying embers, I did nothing. And now, when Yakesh tried to kill my daughter, you tell me I should do nothing? No, lad. This can't go on.
And what if someone then avenges Yakesh's death on you?
Let them. I've had enough. Why would I make peace with someone who only wants to hurt us?
I don't know. There's just been enough death already.
When is it going to end?
It'll end with Yakesh's death. There's no other way. If you think you can convince Yakesh, go ahead and try. But I can tell you now, it'll come to nothing.
I'm not getting involved in any murder as long as there's a chance of talking it over. I'll try to patch things up between you and Yakesh. Even if you don't think it'll work out.
As you wish. But when you fail, you'll know what needs to be done. Otherwise, this will never end.
Okej. Ale dobra, robi się już chyba powoli ciemno. Może się przekimiał Bożeny, co? Coś do jedzenia? Nie ma.
There's no food for me here.
You have a kind master, eh, Doggy?
Przekimiemy się. 21. No i dobra.
Ave Maria. Christ, pardon me.
Troskowice. Okej. Nie, ruszamy dalej. Dobra, teraz Kaj on jest tutaj. Namów jakieś, aby pogodził się z Bożeną. Spróbujemy.
In the south, I saw a land without end, all covered in sand, hot and dry, with no fresh water. The people there call themselves the Blemites. They have neither head nor neck.
Dobrze, idziemy. Chyba nie bardzo. Ja, dobrze.
Almighty Father,
Okej,
I
to
put
sobie
my hope in you. I
tak
beg
jest.
you, take his little soul to your bosom.
Who are you praying for?
For my son, Yaroslav.
How come he's buried there and not at the cemetery?
He died during birth and was never christened, so he couldn't be buried in the cemetery.
God have mercy. I'm sorry about that.
Aye, me too. If it hadn't been for that treacherous old hag, he wouldn't be here under a tree. He'd be in the churchyard, as he ought to be. The poor, innocent soul. Or standing right here next to me.
Old hag? Who are you talking about?
The midwife, Bozhena. My wife, Ludmilla, gave birth to 3 daughters. Quick and easy every time. The village women often scream all day and night before they bring their babies into the world. Not my Ludmilla. When she had Marushka, it was all over before the midwife even got here. But when Yaroslav was coming into the world, you know, I knew already I'd finally have a son. I never sent for no help. Why would I? After all, Ludmilla done it all on her own 3 times. And besides, that Bozhena is an unclean woman and a witch. Only this time, something went wrong. Of course, I wasn't there. Being a God-abiding man, I was outside. But Marushka comes running out, shouting, "Pa! Send for Bozhena! Ma's poorly!" I thought twice about it, but then I sent for her. She came along with a little girl, Paulina, and a whole sack of herbs. She started brewing right away, and before the night was out, she was pouring God knows what kind of concoction down Ludmilla's throat. It's a wonder she didn't poison her, the crone. I couldn't get a wink of sleep all night. It wasn't till daybreak that Bozhena came out of the house, carrying in her arms. They could see right off it was a boy. Like I said, only Yaroslav came out feet first. And as they were pulling him out, well, he was all Mother of God. I can't even say it. It was that Bozhena's doing, I tell you. If she hadn't pulled him out and left Ludmilla to manage herself, he could have lived.
I'm sure Bozhena didn't want to hurt your son. She was trying to help.
Help? By killing my son and condemning him to damnation? I asked the priest. And he told me every midwife has the sacred right to perform baptism when things go wrong. Like when it looks bad for the child, see? She can baptize him. Make sure he gets to heaven. And you know what Bozhena did?
What?
Not a thing. She looked at that little body lying still and didn't do a damned thing. And my wife died a few hours later. So don't you tell me Bozhena was trying to help. That same evening, I got the other fellas from the village, and we drove that damned witch out beyond the boundary stone.
I see. She lives in the woods now.
A good thing, too. She hasn't shown up here since. Many times I told myself we should have done more to her, so she'd know how I felt.
I understand your pain, but it wasn't Bozhena's fault. She saved my life when I was wounded and lost in the woods. She's a good soul.
That's all well and good. But believe me, that witch will never wash clean her sins.
I'd like to ask you more about your son, Yaroslav. If that's all right with you.
Ask away.
When did your son die?
Well, Yaroslav would have been 5 years old now.
What about your other children?
One of my daughters got married and moved out. Marushka and Paulina are still here. Once they get married, I'll be left all alone on the farm.
Why? One of them could live on the farm with her husband, couldn't she? Lots of fellows would give the right arm for a place like this.
Aye, true enough. Only a father should pass his livelihood on to his son, goddammit! Don't tell me it's different where you come from.
My pa was a blacksmith. He taught me his trade since I was little. He wasn't my father by blood, but he took me as his own from the day I was born.
Really? What kind of man would take in another's child?
An honourable man. Blood isn't everything. You know yourself. You'll find husbands for your daughters, and you'll be glad to have them take care of you in your old age. Like it should be. And one day your livelihood will pass on to your grandchildren. Nothing ends.
I suppose you're right.
I don't have any more questions. Thanks.
Look, I know relations between you and Bozhena the herb woman aren't good, but it's time to put an end to the animosity.
Where are you going with this? That witch deserves no pity.
I understand your bitterness, and I'm sorry about your son. Bozhena would certainly have saved him if she could, but whatever happened between you, it has to end now. Bozhena came very close to losing her daughter on account of your feud. Your farmhands abducted her, and they killed her sweetheart.
But I had nothing to do with that. They did it of their own free will, not on my orders.
That means nothing. They did it because of you. They wanted you to be indebted to them.
But that's not my fault, and I don't see why I should have to make up with Bozhena on account of it.
Chyba ciężko będzie ich pogodzić, kurde. Chyba że go troszkę nastraszymy.
It's quite simple.
Spróbujemy.
You're gonna make amends. Because you don't have the courage for proper revenge. But I do. And so does Bozhena. If you knew why she really sent me to you, you'd sing a different tune. So fucking think carefully what you say to me. Because otherwise, you might not wake up tomorrow morning.
Are you serious? You think you can frighten me? I'm more afraid of that old crone than of you, you shit.
As you wish. I won't try to convince you.
Yeah, you'd be wasting your time. Don't bother me again.
No nie wiem. Dobra, zostawię go, bo Może jeszcze kiedyś nasze drogi się skrzyżują. Dobra. Wracamy do Bożeny. Może tu sobie zrobimy szybka podróż. I stąd do Bożeny sobie pójdziemy. Trudno chciałem ich pogodzić, no jak się nie dało, no to już...
I think I was perfectly clear. Was I
Ciężko było się z tym typem dogadać. Teraz tak wyjdzie, że tu nic my nie załatwili. Bożena się na nas wkurzy, że my go nie załatwili. I to taka robota. Okej, jesteśmy.
You're seeing this.
I couldn't convince Yakesh.
I told you, but you wouldn't listen.
I know, but I couldn't just kill him. I'm sorry. But there's nothing more I can do for you.
Suit yourself, then. I'll find another way to get justice. Take care, my friend.
No i dobrze. To od razu opytamy się o Tamarika.
I'm looking for Marika, and I heard you know her.
Marika. I do know her, but why are you looking for her?
I promised to help her father, the voivod from the nomads camp. He's worried about her.
Well, you helped me, Henry, so I'll help you. Marika was here with her lover, but he was in rough shape. Blood everywhere.
What? Her lover? What happened?
Aye, with Bohush from Samin. Poor girl. She was terribly afraid of something. I begged them to stay here, said they were in no danger here. But nothing came of it. I went to pick some herbs, and when I came back, they were gone.
Do you know who she was so afraid of?
Everyone, as far as I know. Her own family and the people of Samin.
How come?
Most didn't approve of her relationship with Bohush. Both families took it as an affront to their honor. But that's all I know.
Okej.
Do you know what happened to them?
Sadly, I don't. Marika was terrified. She didn't want to talk about it at all. And then they were gone,
Do you have any idea where they might have gone?
Marika told me a few times about a cave chamber in Apollonia, but I've never been there myself.
In Apollonia? That's a long way to go.
At least you can see how scared she was to stay here. I fixed Bahush up the best I could. I hope they made it.
Do you know where exactly it is?
I do. You start from Trotsky and go in the direction where the woodcutters cleared the biggest gap in the forest. The entrance should be somewhere on the right side of the valley. There should be one little rock wedged between two big ones. I remember that, because Marika told me that she sometimes feels just as small, like she's stuck between two big worlds.
Thank you. I'll try to find her there.
Well, that's all I know about her, lad.
All right. Thanks for your help.
Dobra.
It was good to see you, my friend.
Ja, ciebie również. Dobra, to tu sobie zakończymy odcineczek. Dzięki za oglądanie i do następnego.